lesson for today, where we are going to be looking at mathematics. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, please do allow me to say it is very much important that I say it is very, very much important because, honorable members, what I'm about to say, it's massively, 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 massively. Ladies and gentlemen, massively important that I say a day without learning something new, it is a day wasted. By so saying, le pandla la kankulunkulu, please, guys, please do make sure that by the end of each and every lesson that I conduct, you learn something new. Very, very much important, honorable members, on that one. So, without any waste of our precious time, I do notice that most of you guys have attended this live online classwork. So, just to make it clear to those who might be attending my lessons for the very first time today, remember, at all the times when we are doing our YouTube lessons on weekends and on some days during the week, this is not a lesson where you are able to ask me the questions. That is done when we do the Zoom lesson. But for today, not only for today, but for all the YouTube lessons, what I do, it is just to write some problems and then you work them out. It's more like we're just keeping our brain. It's just a warm-up, honorable members. It's just a warm-up for term one content. So the reason why I do this is just so that you are exposed to how questions may be given to you and how you approach those type of questions, regardless of which chapter that you're going to be doing in class, honorable members. If you are able to solve, trust me, you will excel in any chapter bundle, whether it's financial maths, whether it's probability, could be Euclidean geometry, analytical geometry, or trigonometry, whichever chapter, you will definitely survive, honorable members, because you know how to solve problems. Also, which is the last point that I'm going to make for now, even if you have no idea how to work out certain problems, even if you do not know where or how to start, do not worry that much. Just remain in the lesson until the problem has been worked out, just so that you are exposed to how problems may be given and how you approach those types of problems. Okay, as you can see over there, lebandla la kankulunkulu, I've given you guys a problem to work out. But guess what? I'm going to firstly give you guys an example, an easy one, and yours is to try that complicated one. Maybe, let me see, I can see one there. Let's say we have something similar to this. Yes, something similar to that. Okay, this is what I can say. Can you guys see we have a fraction on the right side, but this side we don't have a fraction? How about I make all of that a fraction? So that would mean, since I have a fraction on the right and also on the left, then I'm just going to cross multiply, meaning this x will multiply the whole of that, 1 will multiply that. So it's like you are having x into x minus 3, you close, 1 times 18 is 18. And then you do that by that, meaning you have x squared minus 3x. Let's take this 18 to the other side. Why do I do that? It's because already I see I've got a quadratic equation. Always when you have a letter to the power of 2, that means you have a quadratic equation, especially if all the other letters are to a power which is less than 2. So just remember that. So now you can try and factorize this. Let's see if this thing, it is factorizable. Obviously you can say I've got x there, I've got x there. which two numbers will give you 18, but you can still work them out together to give you 3? Let's see. I normally say 18. Maybe let's start dividing that. Divided by 2, 2 and 9. Okay, divided by 3, 3 and 6. Yes. So that means 3 and 6, they can possibly lead us to 18. Obviously, we say the bigger number takes the sign of the middle term. What is the sign for the middle term? That is negative. So for you to end up having negative 18, that's if you have a plus there. So that when you say positive 3 times negative 6, it gives you negative that. So can you guys see? That means now, maybe let me not take a shortcut and say that you equate it to 0, and you say that minus that, it's equals to 0. That means your x is equals to negative 3, and then your other x is equals to 6. So remember, guys, both of these are a solution only if you saw a square root on the equation. That's when you test if both of these are a solution. Sometimes both of them might be a solution, sometimes only one might be a solution. I hope you still remember that, honorable members. Okay, so now, yes, I wonder if that one, it's a difficult one to start with. But remember, guys, as we are not in the business of nursing, let me say, us as tutors and teachers, we are not in the business of nursing you, honorable members. We are going to give you those difficult problems so that you know what to expect in exam, so that you do not relax and you never relax at all the times. Very, very much important, honorable members, that you pay maximum attention. Okay, Lori, so something very careful, honorable member. You see, if you have an equation similar to that, you are expecting both answers to be a solution. Only if on the equation there was a square root, that's the time when you expect one of the answers to not be a solution. So in short, whatever the final answer that you are getting, both of them must be a solution. Be careful of that, honorable members. Always when there is a square root, that's when you test if both are a solution or not. But if you don't see a square root on your equation, just know that you are expecting both answers to be a solution. So that means for that one, if you find one of the answers not being a solution, you then need to suspect that you might have done something wrong. Somewhere, you might have done something wrong. X, I meant 1, it's also a solution. Yes, Larissa, which one is which? There is that first one where x is 5, x is equal to 5 is the solution, x is equals to negative 1 is a solution. At the bottom, you are referring to x equals to 1. Just clarify that one, Laurie. So it's more like I'm saying, you've given negative 1, you are now giving 1. Which one is which? Okay. Okay, no, now I get it. So that means your answers is just x is equals to 5 and x is equals to 1. That's if I understand you correctly. Okay, the other honorable members, nienzani lapho, nienzani lapho. Ngilinde impendulo, honorable members. Ngilinde izimpendulo. Awuthi ngibone ukuthi ngiphatheleni namhlanje. Ngiphathelwa izinto zemnandi, izinto madoda, izinto. Let's see. Okay. Jubileeza. Konje Jubileeza is who? Is it Moano? No, not Moano. Moano is Anos World. Jubileeza, I forgot your Zoom name. I think I know it. Jubileeza. Who was Jubileeza, Konje? Jubileeza, What's your Zoom name, honorable member? I forgot. I just remember Arno's World. Just remember Arno's World or and Devo Moano. Ruan. No, Raun 4000. How is it going there, honorable member? Was it Mandinak? Oh, okay. Mandinak. Okay, then it's fine. So let's see, honorable members or members who are honorable. I wonder if this is how you have done it. Obviously, we have a 7 there. Let's maybe say over 1 just to fractionalize it. But even if you do not fractionalize it, honorable members, you just say you have 7 there. You can, I think you can say your lowest, what is it, LCD, your lowest common denominator. I would normally just take that x as it is, and then I would take that one as it is. So obviously, if you assumed that to be over 1, that one it is there, but as an invisible one. So that is why it's not that much of a worry, even if you do not write it there. So now that means you're going to multiply that. You're going to multiply each term by that. So obviously, if you multiply by that, that x will cancel with that 1. So you just have 10 inside, you have x minus that. And then when you multiply by that, that is going to cancel, and then you just have this x multiplying that 3x. So it actually ends up being 3x squared. And then on the right side, that's where you have that 7 multiplying the whole of that. So you end up having 7x, and then you have that. I hope I'm on the right track, honorable members. So just in case if you are not yet done, please continue. Please continue, and let's see how far we can go. Just so that in case if I make a mistake, you are able to notice, because it's not only you learners who make mistakes. Even us, we do make those mistakes, honorable members. But the advantage with us is that we know if a final answer makes sense or not. We sort of know what works. Okay, so now so that means we have 10x there minus 20 there plus 3x squared, which is so you already have 7x squared minus, that should be 14x. So because of you having one letter to the power of 2, it makes it what we call a quadratic equation. Always when you see letter to the power of 2, it means you need to rewrite it in that standard form, honorable members or members who are honorable. It has to be in that format. Everything has to be equated to 0. So now that means I am tempted to take this to the other side and also that to the other side. We already have 3x squared minus that 7x squared, and then we already have that 10x. So I'm going to take this one to the other side, closer to that 10x, so that they can work out together. And then I have a negative 20 there. Everything must be good. So it's more like what I was trying to do. It's just to just take everything to the right side and then equate them to 0. Yes, I think I've explained it the good way. So now here, I think you would agree with me that this is what we have. Plus, what is that? Is it 24? Yes, that should be 24x minus 20 there being equals to 0. Let me check if I can divide everything by 4. Let me see. If I say 24, I divide it by 4. It gives me 6. So that one would make it 5. 4. Yes. So can you see? I can decide to divide everything by negative 4. Everything by negative 4. Just so that that cancels with that, and then you remain with x squared. That goes in there 6 times. But remember, it's then negative 6x. And then that into that goes 5 times. It has to be positive 5. 0 divided by that, it remains as 0. positive because that and that makes it. So now what you need to do is to just says this was a lengthy calculation, mom. Two numbers that can give me -6, it's 1 and 5. Remember, the bigger number takes the sign of the middle term. So that means the middle term has a sign of negative. That's why that bigger number between these two takes that sign. For us to have +5, that's if we put that one negative. So that means you have your x minus 1, which is equals to 0, or your x minus 5 equals to 0. Then your x is equals to that, or your x is equals to 5. Someone is asking, surprised drinking is asking if shouldn't it be 24 times squared? On which one, honorable member? But trust me, everyone got this as an answer, which is an indication that I've also done it correctly, honorable members who are honorable. So guys, with you being able to work out this thing, it gives me the confidence that we are definitely getting somewhere. Just in case if it feels like you are still struggling, do not worry that much. You will get to a stage where also yourself you are able to work it out. Maybe let me give you guys an easy one to cool off. This one is J. Let me just give you something bit more easy just to cool down. Yes, very quickly, let's work out that one, honorable members. This is just a cool down. Yes, cool time. Yeah, this is the time to cool. I'm going to quickly get myself a very nice glass of water. But in the meantime, inside the brackets, then your x equals whatever, whatever. Just as okay, you're still working on it. Okay, then it's fine. Okay, sengibuyile manje. Guys, is it difficult, this one? I haven't got any responses on that one. Manje ngiyazibuza ukuthi lento le enzima futhi inzima kangakanani. Or mhlambe ifune ingoma. ngathola ukuthi if unengoma ezoniduduza oh mali thina sifuni mali oh mali wanayo va 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 oh mali wana. Guys, what's happening there? Nathula natudwi. Hi. I thought this was going to be the most easy, unless if there's an issue with network. Okay. Where's Larissa? I thought you guys ran away, honorable members. Is it difficult? Larissa, is it difficult, this one? Wonke umuntu uthule. Wonke umuntu uthule. I'll just wait for 2 more answers. But if it's difficult, please let me know, honorable members, just so that I'm aware. X is equals to that, square root of that, all over that, x is equal to that, square root of that, over that. Eba. Why is it like this one is difficult? It's fine. It's fine. I'll just wait for one last answer, and then we will look at that to see. I'll go to. Oh. I think I understand why it's taking that long. It's probably because, yeah, I think it's probably because some of you guys are trying to factorize it and it's not factorizable. So, otherwise it's fine. Let's see how to work it out. So remember, guys, again, you can say your LCD. There's a comment, someone saying x is equals -1, x is equals 1. Okay, so now a LCD, you can just say it is your x, lowest common denominator. You can just say it is that one. Then you multiply everything by x. So that means you have x squared. So it's more like I'm saying that x multiplies that term, and that. When it multiplies that, it makes it that. And then when it multiplies that, it just cancels. So it's like you have -1 there, which is equals to, when you multiply it by that, it makes it x. Then you need to rewrite it in the standard form. So that means you have x squared. You take this to the other side. It therefore becomes -x, and then you still have your -1 there. So the question now is, can you factorize this thing? That is the question. Can you factorize it? Because obviously if you say xx and then you try to find 2 numbers that can give you that middle term. Even if you say 1 times 1, it will never get to a point where it can give you that middle term. So it seems like it's not a factorizable equation. So it's like you will need to use a quadratic formula there, because whichever answer that you got, for those who got their x as 1 and x as -1, try to take 1, substitute it there, try to take that same one there, check if it gives you 1, also substitute -1 there and there, check if it gives you that. So just for exposure, there is this formula which says -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So I'm just exposing you to some secret tools that have been used underground. So For example, agree we know that there is a standard form which is ax squared plus bx plus c, which is equals to 0. When you look at that, your a there, it's like it is that invisible 1. Your b there, it is invisible negative 1. So that means that's your b. This is your a, that's your b, and then there is your c being your c being negative 1. So all that you need to do, it is to substitute on that formula. So you will substitute and say negative your b, it's negative what? It's negative 1. And then you say plus or minus square root of your same b minus 4 your a, we said it's 1, your c, it is negative 1. Can you guys see? It's just a matter of you substituting. Your a, it is still 1. So what you're going to do, it is to actually punch all of this by firstly starting with a positive sign there. Then you're going to get an answer as a decimal. And then you say, or you still use that same formula, but you just update that and then you put a negative there. Then that's how you get your second x value. So I'm just exposing you guys to some more secret tools that one can use, but otherwise it's fine as long as you have worked it up to that stage. It's enough for me to notice that you are definitely getting somewhere. It's just a matter of time until you are able to. Okay, now let's see if we can accelerate. I'm wondering if this can be considered as an acceleration, just as I want. Maybe let's be brave enough to try this one. The reason why I'm giving you this type of problems, honorable members, is just to remove the fear of dealing with the fractions. And also, it is not everyone who is expected to understand or know what is going on over there. It's not everyone, but in case if you've got no idea or you don't even understand what we are doing there, do not run away. Just remain and watch, just so that you are exposed to how questions may possibly be asked and how you would normally be expected to work them out. So whether you understand or you do not understand, don't worry. This is just an additional lesson. It's not necessarily a formal lesson. A formal lesson, it's what we do via Zoom, which is during the week. But otherwise, for all the YouTube lessons, do not consider this as formal lessons, but they do add value to some of the honorable members or members who are honorable. So there you go. Let's see if we can work it out, that one, honorable members. Let's be brave enough to try and work it out. Remember, this has got nothing to do with either term 1, term 2, term 3, or term 4. Do not expect that we are following the ATP, honorable members. Here, we are just practicing. Here, we are just keeping ourselves busy. Regarding the term 1 content that is being done during the week. Yes, there you go. Me, I'm showing a biltong, honorable members. I'm just wondering if we can be able to correctly guess Uguti is a building of what? Yo, not a building, but a builder. Oh, oh, na me na. Oh, oh, gara sa me na. Oh, oh, na me na. Jubilaser. Is it for that one? That was quick, man. Yes, that was very quick, Moss. Okay. Awuthi silinde abanye ukuthi sibone ukuthi bona batholani. Abanye bayangani. Abanye bayangani. Okay, still working on it. Okay, it's fine. What am I looking for? Maybe this one I'm looking for. Okay. The education trends. Okay. Page trend. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Someone got X to be 13 and then that to be that. Didn't let's see more and also that. Okay, a few of you guys, it's enough to answer that question. Hey, naming tukile manje. Naming tukile because not an okay, but maybe let's do the so honorable members, you remember most we spoke about LCD. And we said normally, when it comes to LCD, we just take all of these things. So that means our LCD, we can just say x minus 1. We can just write it as 1 because that one is the same as that. So that means we'll just write this 2. Yes. So, wait. Am I right in saying we can just write that and not as double because these two are the same? I think so. I must be correct in saying that because that is the lowest common denominator. It should be. So that means I'm going to multiply each term by that. So that means when you multiply the whole of that by that, this will cancel with that and then you just remain with those. So it's like you are having now that x plus 2 multiplying that x minus 2. And then minus, so this is what I'm getting. So that means that will cancel with that and then you'll just be having that multiplying that. So it's like I'm saying you'll just be having that multiplying with that. And then this one will cancel with that and then you just have that multiplying with that. Yes. 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 So now, can you guys see we are back to da. What is that? That is x squared minus 2x. That times that, it gives you plus 2x. That times that, it gives you minus 4. Again, da. So da happens when you have the brackets. Otherwise, if not, there's no such. And then now, okay, so let's see. Da. So that means you're saying 7x plus 14. Okay, so can you guys see? Because of this, it means we need to rewrite it in the standard form. So obviously you have minus 2 plus 2. These ones, they cancel because you're saying minus number plus that number. So that means we are just remaining with x squared on this side. This one and that one, trust me, they give you 1, because it's like you're saying 5 minus 4. You're saying minus 4 plus 5. It gives you 1, which is positive. But just to write it in the standard form, let's start with that one and say minus 5x, and then there we have that one equals to 7x plus 14. So now let's rewrite it in this. So that means we are going to take this to the other side. It changes the sign, it becomes that. And then we are having 1. Take this one also to the other side, it changes the sign. So can you guys see, with using that, when things are being taken to the other side, they change sign. It helps you to always remember and to never forget that at some point when you take something to the other side, it changes its sign. So now we are having x squared, that and that, trust me, they give you negative 12x, and these two, trust me, they give you negative 13, which is then equals. So the question now is, can you be able to factorize this thing? Let's try to check. Obviously you have x there, x there. Which two numbers can give you 13 and 12? I think it is 13 and also 1. That's how you work it out. And then to decide in terms of which sign goes where, we firstly say the bigger number between these two takes the sign of the middle term. So the sign of the middle term is negative, then this is where you put negative because this is the bigger number. And then you say for you to end up getting negative there, that's if you multiply a positive by a negative. That's how you factorize. And then you obviously have maybe let me not take a shortcut and say you have that equals to 0, and then you have that which is equals to 0. That means your x equals to negative 1, or your x is equals to, take that to the other side, it becomes positive. Just as no, I am impressed, honorable members. Trust me on this one. I am very much impressed, honorable members. I have tried in many possible ways to give you guys something a bit more complicated, but it seems like from time and again you do get it correct, honorable members. I am therefore encouraged to then take you through what we call simultaneity. Simultaneity, honorable members, referring to simultaneous equations. Remember, it's all about solving. It's more about solving. And I'm just wondering if I should, maybe let me try create something a bit more, something not that much difficult, man. Let's say for the, yes, and then maybe let's say y plus 1, which is equals to x. Yes. But wait, yes, let's say you have something similar to this, honorable members, and they say solve for x and y simultaneously. The word simultaneously simply means solve for both at once, or solve for both at the same time. How do you know that you are in a situation where you need to solve something simultaneously? That's if you have two different letters. So can you see you have x and y, you have x and y. That's how you know that you are actually dealing with simultaneous equations. We can therefore regard this as equation number 1